Hello and welcome to another episode of Put Me in Coach. On episode 35, Diamondbacks versus Pirates Game 2. So, fortunately enough for the lineup, I'm not going to say anything different enough of the lineup. It's just going to be the same than yesterday. So, there was nothing different than the lineup and stuff. Nobody moved, nobody else and stuff. It's just the same players, same positions, and same lineup. Um, uh, Obviously enough, you could say enough of I should be worried about of the offense because we only got 2 hits in the whole game and stuff. Just for example of enough, guess who was pitching? But we'll talk to him later and stuff. That's pretty much of it. I was not really like I want to expect of something better today and stuff. But fortunately enough, if you have a very well ace on the opponent team and stuff, it's not gonna go well for the team. And then also of enough, Jose Fernandez came in to pitch hit for Alec Thomas at the very end and stuff. So that's basically, I think, the new thing about the offense and the lineup. Pitching wise of enough, Michael Osorka is pitching today. He did good. Went 7 innings, gave up 7 hits. I meant to say, struck out 6, walked 2, and gave up 1 run. And so yeah, I would definitely say he did really good and stuff. Obviously enough now for the Pirates starting pitcher. Paul Skeens now and stuff. So this is pretty much enough of the Diamondbacks were really struggling today because the Pirates had their ace Paul Skeens at the plate. He also did really good as well. He went 8 innings, gave up 2 hits, and those are the only 2 hits off of Skeens and stuff the whole game. 7 strikeouts, no walks, and no runs. So obviously enough, this was a pretty good matchup of pitchers today and stuff. So it was kind of like a pitcher duo in a way and stuff. I understand enough of Orsoka only gave 1 run and stuff, and that's basically it and stuff. And for Paul Skeens to give no runs and stuff, he kind of did a little match that with Paul Skeens and stuff. So fortunately enough for him getting a little hit off of the Brewers last time and stuff, today enough of he did a lot better than before and stuff. And unfortunately enough, I thinking to me how I feel enough of if he was trying to go out there and perform and stuff, he was pretty much bringing his A game and stuff because of enough of Paul Skeen is at the plate on the opponent's side and, trying to go for our second game to win and stuff. But, those are the things you got to look at for these players and stuff. So that's pretty much of that. Our bullpen is looking really good. Kevin Ginkel, Juan Morello, Taylor Clark, and giving no runs. So basically enough, there's only 1 run in this whole game and stuff. So there's not really a whole lot to basically talk about and stuff. So fortunately enough, going to scoring. And there's only 1 scoring, and fortunately enough, it happened in the very first beginning of the game and stuff. And it came from Brandon Lau with a solo home run to make it 1-0, top of the first. And that was it. That's the only scoring. And that was in the top of first, second batter to Ahsoka and stuff. And that was the only run. So it's crazy to think about this enough of a 1-0 game and stuff. That's why we lost. Now 0-1. Our record is now 17-18. We're now down below of 500 and stuff. So I know enough of it's kind of boring because there's not a lot of offense and not a lot of running and stuff. But fortunately enough, I think the Diamondbacks did a pretty good job to match up with the Pirates and stuff. We didn't get enough what we can do just to get the win and stuff, and that just didn't happen and stuff. So now we're going in and progress and stuff. So I wouldn't say anything negative about this enough because of the offense pretty much did pretty bad because there was just a Cy Young and also Rookie of the Year Paul Skeens was at the plate. So you gotta understand of that enough of Paul Skeens showing of his A game every single time he comes to the plate on the mound and stuff. So you gotta understand of that, and I want to have him them to get some runs off of Skeens and stuff. That's what you want, But fortunately enough, getting Loris Guerrero Jr. and Nolan Arenado getting a base hit off of him, that's huge and stuff. And fortunately enough for Michael Soroka and the bullpen to just have the game by 1 run only of the whole game, that's huge, by the way, and stuff. So I understand of enough of like the hardment of enough of we didn't do so well because there was a huge ace pitcher on the mound and he just hassled us a little bit, where enough of he's just better. This is one of the best pitchers and stuff, and obviously you gotta think about of the other pitcher is the Cy Young and stuff, and to think about it, there's Screwball, and what game did we did in that game and stuff. It was also a 1-0 game, and stuff. Fortunately, we won because Corbin Carroll is the only one hit a home run off of him. So fortunately, that game went our way and stuff. And this game, it just didn't and stuff. So it just shows enough of allowing of we can be very competitive, and to be on these teams are really good with these pitchers and stuff. So I wouldn't say too negative. I want to say this as a positive. I understand we got the laws and we didn't do anything on Paul Skeens and stuff. 2 base hits, like that's it and stuff. But it's tough to be very consistent, and I don't know how you ease off of a person can literally throw heaters every single time and stuff. And also the umpire was throwing me off a little bit. I didn't like that either and stuff. He did like some weird stuff like in behind of Marino and stuff every single time and stuff. Both ways of it. Every single time there was a strike, he does like this motion, like what the heck is that? How about you just do a normal strikeout? Like, come on. Like, I get about people are different and unique in their own ways and stuff, but like, can you be normal? Nobody's not normal. So I wouldn't say anything mostly big positive. Negative stuff. And it's a close game. I think defense was great and stuff. It's just that one home run. That was it and stuff. And it came from Brandon Lau. And honestly enough, I like Brandon Lau and stuff. Not just now and stuff, but I was honestly enough huge fan of when he was on the Rays as well and stuff. So, like, I totally get it and stuff. Like, if it would be like O'Neal Cruz, I would hate that. But fortunately enough, it wasn't. And, it's what it is. Cannot win every game. Like, it's so hard of that way and stuff. But fortunately enough, we need. So this is time enough of when I said from yesterday of enough for we need to win this game so we can win the series. But fortunately now we lost this game, so now the series is up for grab for Game 3 and stuff. So fortunately, I have a feeling for the Pirates and the Diamondbacks are going to go big just for the win for the series and stuff, and just get some wins and here and there and stuff, because winning record is better than losing record and stuff. That's just the truth and stuff. So I think that's pretty much it and stuff. I think it's going to be a crazy game at the very for tomorrow and stuff. I know Zach Gallen's going to pitch for tomorrow. I don't know who he's going to face and stuff. If I would guess, see, I don't really know that team very well. Maybe Keller, Brad Keller, is that his name? Keller? I don't know. I don't know that team very honestly well and stuff. Like the only people like I would actually know on that team also like played and stuff, like obviously Paul Skeens and stuff. Like now I know Bubba Chandler and stuff. Like there was even enough of like somebody was showing like somebody else and they thinking that was like Bubba Chandler. That was like weird. Like that is not Bubba Chandler. Like what are you looking at? Like that is not him. Like you thinking Bubba Chandler has a mustache right there? Like I don't know who that is, but it's not Bubba Chandler. Like, I don't know what you're talking about and stuff. Like, did you watch him yesterday? Did you watch him, did you watch, Bubba Chandler yesterday? Did he have a mustache? I don't remember he had a mustache yesterday. I don't even remember if he had a mustache. They showed a guy on the Pirates dugout and he had a mustache. Like, it looks a good mustache, I'm not gonna lie, but just, that is not Bubba Chandler. Like, who are you talking about? Like, stop saying, like, that's Bubba Chandler. Like, it's not. And stuff. Brandon Lau, O'Neal Cruz, there's Brian O'Hearn, there's Brian Reynolds. Like, just those players, like, I know and stuff. There's a little here and there and stuff, but I don't know them that well and stuff. You gotta really be part of the team for a very long time to know and stuff. I think enough of like Azuna as well and stuff. So just like I know players here and there and stuff. And honestly enough, this team is still good overall and stuff. And fortunately enough, I get it about enough of like yesterday they didn't show up in a way, and they only got one run this whole series right now and stuff, and that's only from Brandon Lau, and he didn't even play yesterday. So it just shows of enough of I gotta look out for Brandon Lau tomorrow and stuff, so he doesn't hit off my daybacks. So that's that. And also, I didn't really say this about yesterday, but just found out of enough. Vargas he actually did win or whatever, but getting the I guess the record of being player of the month and stuff. So good for him and stuff. I've heard other players getting that reward many times and stuff, and I think what I've heard from the announcers was this is the 10th time the Diamondbacks won that record. So that's some positive something about. So good for Vargas to get at that point. I think he very, very deserved it, especially enough he went 27 consecutive hitting streak and stuff. So that's huge and stuff. And he just keeps raking and stuff. Fortunately enough, today just wasn't the day because, again, you got Skeens on the mound and stuff. So that's that. So I don't know what else to do enough of if Paul Skeens can do a really good job and stuff. But, fortunately enough, Diamondbacks did just really good. Just only gave up only one run, and that's it. They were very close to score, but fortunately they got really good defense and stuff. So that's pretty much of that. Hopefully we win tomorrow. Hopefully you guys enjoy your day and enjoying this episode and stuff. Have a great day, and thank you for watching.